Okay, all right. We are back inside. Sounds of Motion Hyrule on the ones and the twos. It's been so long since we had someone spinning for us. It's just me playing playlists every month, like pushing buttons. So yeah, but first we're gonna talk to our guest who's inside.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a
What you
special
saying? What you
guest, a
saying?
great guest, an elite guest. This one is very special. She goes by the name of Teacher. Make some noise for Teacher inside.
Thank you.
How you doing, Teach?
I'm blessed, man. I'm really, really pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we're glad to have you.
Awesome.
So tell us a bit about the name. Like, how did you come up with Teach and what? Like, it sounds pretty self-explanatory,
it kind of is, and in a sense, it kind of like it causes issues because like not every day is a teaching day. Do you know what I mean? But my name means
some days violence.
Like most days.
Yeah.
Like, so my name means teacher.
Yeah.
And I suppose when I started writing and I got like that seal of approval, like, yeah, your stuff's good. You should go into the studio. Like, but you need a rap name. So I was like, I don't know. Like, but my name means this. And so, it just kind of stuck. Teach.
Okay, no, I love it still. So you see yourself as a teacher then? What kind of teacher would you be if you were like working in a school? Would you be strict?
A music teacher, of course.
Yeah, but like in terms of temperament, would you be like cussing the kids off?
Yeah, like zero tolerance. Absolutely, I have no time at all for any foolishness.
No patience.
As much as I am a smiley person, like don't fuck with me.
Yeah. There's only so much you could take.
Yeah, trust.
All right, okay. Taking you back to back in the day.
Cool.
Were you a bad breed in school? Do you think?
That was an interesting question. Yes, towards the end I was. When I came into my school, I was a newcomer. I actually went to Gillespie in Finsbury Park.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
Are you from this area?
My grandmother lives
okay.
Up here, so when my mum would drop me off there in the morning because she used to work in central London,
right.
my gran would then take me around the corner to school.
Right.
So yeah, secondary school meant a complete culture shock, complete change, and I didn't know a single person. So I was like, I thought I was going to be bullied. You know, all the concerns that you have at that age, like head down the toilet and all that shit. So my main focus was
You're
just.
not laughing.
Yes, you were. You were.
Go ahead.
My main focus in the early days was just to make friends, just not to feel left out. And I kind of neglected my academics, I think, because of that. But once I did get settled in and I found my crowd, I settled in to the school. I came away with a lot of good skills, you know, maybe not the ones I should have done.
Yeah. But you still got some skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's take it back to the music then. So,
Okay.
like, how long have you been making music? For?
So, for as long as I can remember, music touched me. I think that track, Take My Breath Away, in the 80s that came out. I remember hearing that as a little girl, like really little, and just I was frozen because the mood of the song
That's a big tune
had
as well.
it just captured my attention. And ever since that day I sung, then it was like, you know, Mariah Carey's Emotions album. I learnt the songs for every single one of those back to front. And then fast forwarding to like Days of Fugees and Lauryn Hill and Killing Me Softly, that just blew my mind further. And I was like, right, she raps. I got to do that too. And, you know, I've come up in different environments like the church. I sung in a youth group. I rapped in a youth hip hop group, only girl in like, I think there was like 8 guys, you know, doing various shit.
Was it one of them ones? Like, the first lady of such and such.
Yeah, definitely. We're rapping about Christ. Rapping about Christ. Can you believe it? Yeah, no, it was mad. Like, but it was my first kind of outlet to kind of write my own shit. And they were like, fine, write whatever you want. We need a singer, you need a rapper. So I did that for a little while. And then I came into contact with Exodus, and that involves Rago Zulu Rebel and that whole crew, and I was in that for a long time.
Yeah, salute.
Absolutely. And, you know, that gave me the confidence to do what I'm doing now. They are the people that really saw something in me. They were the people that validated my skills. They were the people that kind of taught me that music is community-based. It's an important factor in the gel and the glue that keeps us together as a community. You know, I'm 38 now, so I remember the emergence of grime and the hype of all the youngsters and millennials of my time, like, you know, going mad for grime. Like, you know, we'd only just really stepped on the scene as UK hip hop artists. I felt in the noughties, really trying to establish ourselves, but that was kind of nabbed by the wave of kind of grime, which I ain't mad at that, because it completely inspired me. And even to this day, I tell people, I wish I was a grime MC. I would fucking like drop hip hop tomorrow, like yesterday. You know, because it's like the energy and the authentic vernacular, all of that just gets me going, bro. Like,
it's the energy.
You know, I don't really know what else I can say about like music as an inspiration for me, other than to say like it's in my bones. It's what I do when I wake up. It's the thing I'm thinking about last thing at night. You know, and as a woman in hip hop, I find it complex. You know, nothing is ever simple and straightforward.
Yeah, let's stay on that. That subject though. So, like, I was gonna ask you, like, what are the main obstacles that you have found as an artist? And you touched on being a woman in hip hop and what that entails. Like, we can't speak on that struggle. Obviously, we have our own struggles, but I'm sure you can speak from a different perspective. What obstacles do you feel that kind of throws up being a woman in hip hop?
Oh, you're not really taken seriously, you know. At the end of the day, you walk into a room. I mean, I always like that. Like, you ain't got to know what I can do and what I can't fucking do. You know, it's fine. I can assess the room first, you know. People that show me love, like, most of the time after they've heard me perform, they feel validated because they feel like, this was a nice person and a nice, talented person. But then you get those people that will chief you immediately because they see a girl, or ignore you, or kind of give you the cold shoulder. And that's the scene, you know. I gravitate towards people that show love. And doesn't matter whether you're male or female, but most certainly in a male-dominated environment, you got to prove yourself in ways that sometimes can be unsettling. You know what I mean? And also work rate. Work rate is a problem. Men seem to have a lot of fucking time, you know, on their hands. In the studio all the fucking time, you know what I mean? When are the baby bums going to get a chance? No. But, so it's taken me a long time. Yeah, because I've had to be really resilient and really patient. Really fucking patient.
But you're doing your thing now. That's the main thing.
I'm trying.
Yeah, this is it. All right. So obviously, you told us about the fact that you were a singer in the church and you started by singing and rapping. And so, out of the disciplines that you're involved in, which one is your favorite? Would you say singing is the thing that is most your staple, or the rapping, or both of them, or however you feel on any given day?
That's a good question. I think rapping is a adrenaline rush. I think singing is an emotional connection, and they feel different, but you put them together and you get something dope.
Yeah, I hear that. I totally hear that. That's a good way of putting it, to be fair. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it, to be fair. So like, see, like when you're writing your songs, I don't know if there's songs where it's mostly vocals. Like, would the subject matter be different to when you're rapping? Is it more bravado when you're rapping, or is it more, I don't know, like, is it a different, like you said, it's an emotional connection when you're singing, and more adrenaline rush when you're rapping? Is that reflected in the topics that you rap about and the topics you sing about?
Well, I'm working on my vocals at the minute, because I have let them kind of fall behind my rapping, because as I say, it's a more accessible place when I rap, but my emotions are sometimes locked up. Sometimes my emotions are hard to access. If I'm angry, it might take me a while to be able to process that into an adequate emotion to translate in song. So I'm working on that now. I'm doing a degree, really just brushing up on my songwriting, vocal skills.
Come on, hey.
Gunshot
for that.
Trust it.
That's a better one.
Right. I like that.
Focus on the negative.
I like that.
But yeah, no. All right. So we meant gunshot in a positive way.
Yeah.
Salute, yeah. No, salute. Okay, so what are you studying? Is it all right to ask?
Yeah, sure. I'm doing a bachelor's in commercial music.
Okay.
And it's crazy because, when I left college, I was doing drama and theatre.
Yeah.
But I realized there was no music pathway in drama. As much as I did musical theatre, that was really where the buck stopped. So I was really stressed about that, and I just went and I got a job and I worked until I had my first son. But truthfully, now you can access these courses with your experience. So the fact that I've been performing for so long meant that I got the unconditional offer. It meant that even though I haven't studied music from GCSE level, which I really should have done, I'm given this opportunity now to learn music theory, to learn how to produce, to learn how to play instruments. And, you know, like, I'm going to take that with both hands, like, even at my age.
Strings to the bow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then, all right, let's talk about your own music now. So how would you describe your sound to someone that hasn't heard you before?
Okay, I would say I'm a British singer, songwriter, and rapper. My music has influences of soul, blues, jazz, I guess it's neo soul in a way. I've been looking for a word to coin it, you know, but I think the important thing is sometimes to be different, to surprise yourself, not necessarily coming in defining yourself with genres which already exist, but trying to experiment a little bit. I haven't got there yet, but with the new stuff that I'm working on, that's where I'm going with it. Just something a little bit different.
No, I hear that. Okay, and anything in the works currently?
There should be. Well, 2 EPs I'm supposed to be releasing this year. I've got 10 tracks.
Yeah,
you know, the last
pretty much
years.
done.
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm a perfectionist. I'm sick in the head with this stuff. Like I have a real fucking problem,
bro. It's not a bad thing. It's not. You gotta let it go at some point.
I need more people around me for that because you know I keep my shit close and it's like I play. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. Shit now. If I played it to more people and got a bit more feedback before release, I think I might be more happy to let things off without, you know what I mean, overthinking it. So yeah.
All right, so we can look forward to these releases. Have you got any dates in the works?
Like May. TBC? May might be around the time of the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, your guess is as good as mine. Like,
sometime after that.
Sometime after that.
Okay, so what's on your playlist at the moment? Who are your favorite artists that you're listening to?
I'm listening to Lola Young. I'm listening to Ray. I'm listening to Johnny Clayface. I'm listening to Griselda every day, all day. Eat up. I'm listening to New Guardz.
Hey! Better to say that. It's all right. Checks in the post. Don't worry. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. So I got a question for you. So is there one artist who you'd love to work with, alive or dead?
Alive or dead? Oh, shit. That's a good one.
Could be anyone.
Okay. Oh, Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. That's a good choice. Love some Amy. Yeah, that's a wicked choice.
I love her.
All right. So if you were on a song with Amy, would you sing or rap, or would you do both with, like, would you kind of collaborate?
I'll let her just cover the singing. It would be unfair otherwise, wouldn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Little harmonies would be nice.
Trust me. All right. So tell them where they can find you before we get into some actual rapping.
Yeah, well, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. It's cam_teach_EM. And yeah, it's pretty much the same all throughout. So I'm pretty easy to find. I'm also on SoundCloud. I'm on Bandcamp. I'm on Spotify. Again, Teachem, TEACHEM. And yeah, drop me a message. Let me know what you think of the shit I got out.
Trust me, people, go and find her. It's Teachem. Make some noise for Teachem inside. All right. I think it's about time we let you get on the mic. We're just gonna go. We're gonna do your potluck, or you got a tune that you're gonna. No, you tell me. You told me. You did tell me.
You can do the entree instrumental.
Instrumental. Okay, so this is Teachem.
Yeah. Yes. I'm digging this mellow mood like minor chords. Done all your minor talk, we the minor tours. Kick down all the doors, you put your mind on pause. We set to run the course, you attack the cause of course. Eliminating flaws, flying, fun for a bit. Feathered, feeling it, adorned with all this irrelevant shit. How could I be done with it? I tuck 4 ticks by my side drawer, my bedtime drawer. 4 more and tick 4 more. I'm done with it. Smoking, had run with it. Choking, cloak and dagger, swagger broken. Although there's hope and anger, a sudden rapture. Cause it's a matter of facts in life. They take once and give back twice. True say, snake eyes entice. Like dreams with no choice. Like speech with no voice. Like balance with no poise. Yo, ain't making no noise. You took my love for granted. Took my love for fried planting on the side of a bed of broken hearted. Don't get me started. In equal measure, a good feeling when we parted. To rotted. Yeah. Yo, dark daughter. Degenerating in the decade of rhyme slaughter. Raised round these bricks so we stick where the sick fit in and mix mortar. Molded melanin, mother divine, feminine author. We writing text like I was born to. Hieroglyph, prolific, the problem is getting through to the thick, and so I spit it more specific. Really make no difference if you feel it, cause I've been here for a minute. Timeless, with a subtle finesse. Eye of Horus on my chest. Affecting proper ease of these beats like a chief alchemist, a chemet. Cross keys, across knowledge from stations. Thick as thieves stem from stagnation. As war ascends at the end of each celebration, we commemorate the devastation by leaving legacies that form nations. Yeah.
What next? What you got? What you saying? We saying?
Actually. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I feel like, tell me, is it me? Or is this harder than it seems? Maybe we just rush, baby, a little too fast and a little too much. Tell me, is it me? Or is this than it seems? Maybe we just rush. Yeah. Yo. Actually, not just figuratively speaking, my speech speaks like a beacon. We say the meek's been made to weakness. Bleak and twisted, yet even with these tight-fisted fiends, our means are most high and morally gifted. Sheltered supreme divinities, allowing this good energy to be lifted. It's not a dream, not just a figure of speech when I speak of these chains I've been freed of. Metaphorically still chained on, mentally chained down, but that's no excuse. Just look around to see what sufferation can produce. How pain induces the pursuit of the truth. We meditate and hibernate in the booth. The voice in my head said I need to inspire the youth. Yo. Tell me, is it me? Yeah. Is this harder than it seems? Maybe, yeah. And a little too much. Yeah. Tell me, is it me, my baby? Tell me, is it me? Yeah. Maybe. Yo. Listen. Peace be to mankind, cause their realities combined. Pressure mixed with a limited amount of time. Young men and women in their prime, living divinities, gods of wisdom, just they never listen. Missing the divine, perfect precision, not race, class division, not capitalism, it's spiritualism. Rap artistic symbolism, the divine purpose is the cataclysm. One spark invoked division, why can't we multiply? Stuck in mass division, turn off your television. Fuck the TV, false imagery, subliminal symmetry, seemingly alright. Sitting in front of your TV all night, could have had a fright, but you've been desensitized. In the back of my mind's eye, I see why, cause these guys ain't serious. Spectacular actors, playing video games, watch when the plan changes. Baby. Oh, yeah. Tell them again, yeah. Tell me, is it me, yeah, or is this harder than it seems, my love? Maybe we just a little too fast and a little too much. Tell me, is it me? Yeah. Maybe we more.
All right, big up Teach. Make some noise for Teach inside. Yes. Thank you very much for coming down. People, listen, one more time, tell them where they can find you, just in case they forgot.
Yo, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. It's Cam_Teach_EM. Hit me up. I'm real personable, and I welcome new fans, honestly.
All right. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure. Yes, we're going to be back inside with a little discussion. You know how we do on New Guardz Radio. Yes, people, we're back. It's the New Guardz Radio. We're into the last stretch of the show. We're going to make some more noise for the lovely Teach. All right, we're gonna talk about some stuff that's been going on. So, first one, let's go to the one that's been happening the most recent. So, what was it? Saturday just gone?
Allow me, man. I'm heartbroken.
Friday night.
Oh yeah, it was Friday night. It's Friday then. Friday licks. Oh yeah. So yeah, in Ghana.
First of all, shout out. You get me? Happy belated and all them thing there. We came and we congregated for Big Ray on his 40th. They better know about what time it is. You get me?
Thank you, people. It was a beautiful night.
It was a wavy one too.
Yeah, wavy and beautiful.
Yeah, buddy. That's how it's meant to be. We're always the tsunami, you know? So, super salutes on that. That was a vibe, you get me?
So, yeah, but also on that weekend, the same weekend, was the fight. We wouldn't say the fight of the decade, but it was definitely the fight of the weekend anyway. Yeah, so, it was Anthony Joshua, big AJ Femi, versus Francis Ngannou. Yeah, the Desert Walker. Yep. And boy, it ended before it started, bro. I turned it on and it was done, fam.
Anthony came out on smoke. I'd say I think he was looking at all the press and the publicity for it, and people like straight counting him out. The scene, Ngannou put Tyson on his ass, so they thought it's inevitable. You two haven't had that fight for us to know who's the better fighter. You and Tyson probably following suit, and he done it in a more devastating fashion with Tyson sitting ringside to see that. Folded him like a deck chair.
You know the funniest part is
Anthony for that was he came out angry. He didn't even have a shave. He didn't even have no shape up. He didn't even have no shape up.
If you've seen it right at the end, yeah, when the knockout and they shot to Tyson's face and it was bare eyeballs to the ground, like right there. Do that.
He saw the doctor putting lights in man's eye.
Yeah. You know? Coma things. You get me?
Man, like, he folded in half, bruv. He just went, like, just collapsed on the floor. That was disgusting. That was a nasty one.
From when I was watching, like, boxing growing up and, the trajectory it's had, it's obviously changed a lot. Yeah. Because now, like, you've got celebrities that are getting into celebrity boxing and stuff like that. And they were obviously, like, raising the profile of fighting again, and it's a good thing. It's healthy. There's a lot of money and investment in it now. You know, you're getting fights happening in Dubai, and the purses are like a lot bigger. The one thing though is it's changed the credibility of actual heavyweight boxers when you're seeing all these other guys doing it and getting more money than the people that are actually doing it professionally.
It's turned into a bit of a exhibition after exhibition of like these
but
weird...
you know what? I tell you what, it was good. It was good because it was to show that Queensberry rules still mean something. Yeah. Because it's like Jake Paul gets to tear up every one of these MMA dudes.
Yeah.
That's because boxing rules mean something. You can't just come in there expecting like, I love him, Francis. I've watched him for decades. Yeah. I watched this dude. There is nothing this dude ain't took to the head.
Yeah.
that has put him on the canvas like that. And that one there broke my heart, you know, because of how it was done. Yeah, from literally 1 minute into the fight, every flinch you could record. Every time Joshua did a feint, he flinched. And I said, this guy's finished. From there, from 1 minute into the fight, I said, he's finished. He is flinching on everything. And as a pugilist specialist, yeah? No, you got to call it what it is. When you're a boxer, you're a pugilist specialist, yeah? And that showed it. Because man was coming in trying to jab with flappy arms to the side and got whotum to his face and turned into a deck chair.
It is mighty audacious for somebody that does a whole other sport to say, yeah, I can come in and dominate this. Because when you think about it, you'd never have Theo Walcott thinking, yeah, I'm going to like whoop like Usain Bolt.
Well, do you know what's good?
It was the first example of that was McGregor and Floyd, right? That was the very first one where they crossed over the two sports. From the start, I was saying Conor McGregor cannot go into someone else's ring. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? It's actually got a title.
But this was the first one, though.
Was that before? What's his name? What's the other guy? That fought Floyd. The other champ, man. I forgot his name, man.
Spider.
Guy. No, the Filipino.
No, Pacquiao.
Oh, Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Pacquiao's
No, that's after.
Didn't he fight someone?
Who, Pacquiao? Pacquiao's about to fight.
No, but didn't he fight a YouTuber or one of these guys?
No,
after?
No, not yet.
No,
Pacquiao ain't done that to his thing.
Alright,
But he's about to fight someone soon.
Like what? One of the
It's a crazy fight still. It's a
one of the
crazy
brothers
fight.
or whatever.
Yeah. But it's a crazy fight. But
Yeah.
for me, like, I watch it and I know that it was going to happen because there is actually a phrase for it. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah? It's when you feel like you can do something without doing your 10,000 hours.
Right.
Yeah? That's what that was. There's 10,000 hours to put in this thing. If them man has done it, you can't do that, yeah? Now, on the flip note of that, yeah, we get this absolutely insane fight in between Jake Paul and Tyson. Yeah? Which, to me, that's a record breaker in itself. You're putting that live on Netflix, first ever live boxing, a live sporting event.
But this is what I'm saying. It's
on Netflix.
It's bringing more eyes, don't you think?
I'm excited for that because, sorry, I ain't really talk because I don't really watch a lot of boxing, but I do like to watch sports. So, like MMA and all of that kind of stuff's interesting to me. So, if it's on Netflix, I'll be watching that. Thank you for letting me know.
Netflix fight
But that's the point. Don't you think that it's a good thing? It can be a good thing that is bringing more eyes, casual eyes, to the sport of boxing.
Well, I'm going to say one thing.
Those heavyweight fights will still happen. It won't diminish the
because
quality.
of UFC, I thought boxing was over. Yeah? And something like what happened on Friday has really restored my faith in boxing again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Of course,
And only because it shows, don't try cross this thing, blood. You practice for that discipline, do that discipline. But when you come here, know yourself.
And he was trained by Tyson as well. So to cut, you was trained by Tyson.
Hence
Mike Tyson.
No, but hence why I think the
real
first
boxer.
fight went different to the second, because the second Mike Tyson went in his corner. You know what I mean? The second he had the trainer Cobra brother, and Tyson's focused now on getting that Jake Paul back. You know, and showing that 60 something he can still tear a head off, and I think he might.
I feel like with heavyweights it's gonna happen, but I don't feel like that the people in the other weight classes really want to do that. And it's not because of the money, but it's because I think in those other weight classes, I think there's more pride in the boxing.
I think there's actually still real boxers in those weights.
And that. But there's a pride in it as well. So I feel like Tank, he wouldn't lower himself to do an exhibition fight because he's like, no, I'm about this sport.
And not just that. You see the thing, is if you're a boxer, you get that bag, you know. So you don't need to do an exhibition. You get that bag for doing your job. You know, whereas a UFC man, you don't get that.
I'll tell you one thing now. That first exhibition, I'll go back to that. McGregor and Floyd. That was a fixed fight. That wouldn't have gone 8 rounds in real life. That went 8 rounds because they wanted it to go 8 rounds. Do you know what I mean? It was pure entertainment, which I think is probably a detriment to the discipline in the sport. But It is what it is. It's numbers, isn't it?
Doing that against each other, then it don't really matter.
But it's a show. It's a show at that point. It's not a fight.
Yeah, but it's like soccer aid, bruv. Like no one's saying, "Oh, Robbie Williams is playing football." Yeah, so like it's diminishing football.
Okay, guys. But just like, playing devil's advocate here because I don't know shit about boxing. So, social media, musicians, we all have to pay in or buy into this kind of promotion and content and get out there. There was a time when we didn't do any of that shit either, and you had to earn your stripes in the streets. There were some people in the streets who would validate your shit. And if that happened, you might get a little, show us a little set or a little radio play or whatever. But people are literally now like selling out in many ways to get attention, So are boxers like exempt from that, or
they're not, because at the end of the day, right now, what we've seen is the internet is king right now, and you're seeing that in how YouTubers are like influencing. They're infiltrating all kind of like sports and different like industries where they have, or people in those industries will say they have no right to be there, and they're being like these big players in these spaces, like Kai Kanat, people like that. Jake.
He ain't boxing though.
No, but I'm saying like these people. No, but I'm
Kai
saying
Kanat's doing the sturdy. He ain't boxing.
But I'm saying like.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but KSI and Logan Paul at that current time was the most streamed or viewed boxing match ever.
Yeah,
and then
KSI and Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is now WWE.
This is what I'm saying.
And Soccer Aid ain't doing that. Do you know what I mean? There is a difference there.
Soccer Aid is raising money for charity, but I see
it's a different viewership. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. And I saw that what's his name tried to do it. What's the footballer? The one for Barcelona, the centre back. He's I forgot his name, but anyway, he PK. Yeah. So thank you. PK basically started this new.
Big up,
like Mateo. So yeah, PK started this football league where it was like YouTubers were like the managers, and they pick the teams, and there's all this challenges in the match and all this madness. It was like Super Smash Brothers, like, do you know what I mean? And basically they're trying to do that with football to try and get the YouTubers into football so that they get that money.
But you know what? Listen.
Do that in football, really.
The Harlem Globetrotters have been doing that. So like, it's a show, isn't it? You go to see a show.
I watched the Sidemen story on Netflix the other day.
I ain't seen it yet.
I watched the youth man say, "Yo, when I was 18, I bought a Lambo," which was probably a bad mistake because the insurance was more than the car. Yeah, but if you're 18 with this kind of money, yeah, imagine what they have now. Forget about it. Yeah. So if I can train, yeah, like I hated Jake Paul to start with, but respect you, because you've put in the training, you've turned into this person that can finish people, yeah, and the people you're finishing are credible people, even though again it's that crossover shit. You're making MMA man them behave themselves. That's why I feel he might get a spanking this time. Yeah,
Mr. Tyson, Mr. Michael Tyson.
Yeah,
you seen the way he hits the bag? Have you seen him in training here?
When he gets in there, he's gonna forget the script, bruv.
Do you remember what Tyson did to Roy Jones?
When his rib cage feels that. When his rib cage feels that.
Do you remember what Tyson did to Roy Jones 2 years ago?
Yeah, I do.
Don't you think if Jake Paul held some of those Roy Jones blows, he's gonna do the deck chair thing, you know?
He's not gonna give him those blows.
He's gonna give him those blows,
He doesn't have to.
You ever go night?
There's
bro,
no way.
all right. Listen, do you know what looks worse? Do you know what looks worse?
His footwork.
Do you know what looks worse?
On point. It's
Tyson
like
losing to Jake Paul, because that's a legacy destroyed. That's people affected by that, by Lord. Yeah, that is people affected by that.
I think you're thinking of The Great White Hype, that film.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking about this is Mike Tyson, and I'm watching you at what, 60?
Yeah.
And you're moving mad. You're moving crazier than most
you heard him
people.
in the interview the other day, and I want to watch the interview. Is it one of an actor or something? Someone is in Hollywood interviewing the Star Trek guy, man, interviewing Mike Tyson, I swear. and he said that the animal I used to become when I used to go in the ring, he used to scare me. You know why?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's right, man. He goes, it scared me. And he goes, what do you mean it scared you? Mike, what do you mean it scared you, Mike? He goes, I didn't like who it was. If that comes back out, and
that's what I'm saying. Mike's scared of that Hulk inside.
I want that to come out. Because Logan, good luck, my guy. Good luck.
Right, let's move on. All right, so it's not today, but this year, yeah, the Eminem's first LP, the Slim Shady LP, turns 25. Yeah. Tommy, you wanna take this one so we can
Right, you're the fan, Tommy.
This was Tommy's idea.
Your subject.
Fanboy thing right here, you know.
Hi, my name is.
I didn't mean it to look like that. I just realized that
No, that was a par, but go on for it.
Yeah. The white boy can lead the Eminem chat.
That was a par.
Literally what it was.
All time,
it's literally what it was.
No, I'm joking. But at one time he probably was. But I mean, he captured a mad audience. But listen, I listened to it back again. Obviously, 25 years. It's a classic. It has not aged well for the current world that we live in. That has aged terribly, in my opinion.
All right.
So I feel like Eminem came through. Firstly, as a white guy with blonde hair, obviously just looked different to anyone in hip hop prior to that time. But all the drug shit, all the sex shit. It feels to me like it was a bit of a shock value thing.
But we all knew that. That's Eminem's whole forte, shock rap, at the beginning.
Yeah.
There is
I don't think he made a deep tune till about Toy Soldiers. Or I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't.
No, but so that's second album.
That second album, right?
The Marshall
That's
Mathers
what I mean.
LP.
So the Marshall, I feel like we spoke earlier. I think the Marshall Mathers LP that was my favorite, and that was the one where I feel like he really found himself as one, a rapper, and two, as an artist. I feel like that's
Bonnie
what he
and
found
Clyde
himself.
was on that one. Bonnie and Clyde was on that one, and I think that's kind of a deep.
Bonnie and Clyde was the first one. Yeah. Bonnie and but
Listen, I could put on that first Slim Shady LP and still bug out to that. Tracks like Still Don't Give a
Brain damage was a deep tune.
he had some hard shit on there, but
You
right.
know,
50% of those tracks have mad rape jokes in them.
it's like Jimmy
it's
Carr in rap, isn't it?
Jimmy Carr,
That dude loves doing a rape joke.
It's true.
You know what, Tommy? Funny you should say that, because if you used to sit with it now, because you said it aged horribly, and dissect it, like you said, all those liners, like put a flipping highlighter, so you had the lyrics out in front of you and pick that out. It's like it couldn't have come out. No. A label with a
Not in
straight band
2024.
right now in 2024, that would have been banned.
Does that,
we
does
cannot
that
put
then,
this shit out.
does that then question to the sensitivity of the day we're in?
I think
You know?
I
But
think
kids
it's
will laugh
we
at that
could
shit.
chat any
Kids will
crazy shit.
desensitized
Now
or
we
laugh at
can't.
that shit. They will
Because
laugh at that shit.
I think it's interesting because those two things that are highlighted both have gone in different directions. So the whole rape jokes and all of that can't fly now. Whereas on the other hand, all the drug shit, every rapper at the moment is popping
the
mollies,
drug shit's still a factor,
sipping lean.
Shortage of drug shit.
Yeah, the drug shit's still a factor.
It's interesting
But
how it's changed, isn't it?
I was just wondering, like, the topic of, like, rape in hip-hop, and obviously makes me uncomfortable. But I love Eminem and the Dre album, actually, the 2000
which
album.
he was heavily on, yeah.
There was a lot of, like, sexism on that, but I still rap the lyrics. That's my mum. Like, we're down with that shit somehow.
I feel like there's a bit of a line between sexism and rape, though, because
course.
hip hop has always had misogynistic lyrics in it,
Views,
and we've kind of just let that fly. Like,
Yeah,
and I don't know, like, is it acceptable? I don't know. I'm not the person to tell you
It's-
whether it is or whether it isn't. I think it's, but I think all the rape jokes, like, are mad. Like,
Yeah,
if
they
you
are.
listen back to it, it's actually, like, wild. And it's like you said about Jimmy Carr. Bare people have tried to cancel Jimmy Carr, but 15 years ago when I was in school, I thought Jimmy Carr was the funniest person on earth. I think he is hilarious, but I think there's been a shift in what people find funny. Acceptable to find funny. Do you know what I mean?
I get that, but I even watched Ricky Gervais one recently, his latest one, Armageddon, and he's got loads of that in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's a shock factor that instantly perks your ear. Yeah, it's clickbait in any which way it's taken, depending on how people heard the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I definitely feel like it was good that you touched on that. We're kind of going off on a tangent, but like I think since the whole Dave Chappelle thing with the trans issue and him going back and forth with that whole thing and people trying to cancel him, I feel like comedians have like actively tried to make those jokes on purpose just to like, you know, one of them elbow just to wind people up.
To renormalize it or wind people up?
I think it's just to wind people up. It's not shot tactics, innit? Because you see, even when he makes the jokes, he makes a little smile like, I'm doing it again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course he does. But
I love Dave Chappelle.
At the same time of doing it, sometimes it's to show how sensitive man is.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's like I watched the award he got, and in it, he's doing all these random saluting everybody, and he goes, and I just want to say, I'm gay. Yeah, I'm totally gay. This is going to do great for my career. Yeah? But it's not for the shots. It's for there is a reality in that. Yeah? The reality is if he ever came out tomorrow, this guy's getting triple work. Yeah? It's like the gay grime dude I'm telling you about. Yeah? That dude there did a weird thing in the show I was in, and I was like, okay, I find this hard to compute. Yeah? Now he's on Instagram going viral. You know what I mean? Tomorrow he will be the big booking for all them grime things, you know?
I think one, just going back to Eminem quickly, interesting thing is he was kind of the first person to come like that. So now we've had eight, and Eminem will say that Redman is his favorite rapper of all time. But I feel like I don't think Redman was coming on that same level.
Listen to his lyrics.
I listen to loads of Redman. I think. There is a dark side, bruv. It's wild, but it's not as wild as that Slim Shady LP. And what I'll say is,
that's gone to the furthest extent.
Yeah, it's true. But I think after Eminem, we've had a million Eminem copycat rappers, definitely. And every single one of them seemed corny except Eminem.
Can I?
Maybe it's because he just set that pace of like, I'm that guy, and now everyone's trying to be him. And I think it had its moment. That kind of style of rap had its moment, and now it might be gone.
Music and hip hop is controversial. It has always been, and sometimes it rubs people up the wrong way, and sometimes it's on the right side of history and the right side of politics, and sometimes it really fucking isn't. But what the formula is, and if there are any record labels paying attention, it certainly is that controversy sells. So, like, to be honest with you, I don't even feel like he's down with any of that shit, but he could definitely weave that into a sick verse that would have you sitting there for a half an hour trying to figure out what the fuck he said.
Just to say, none of what I've said now takes away from the ill fucking flows and patterns that man was spitting on that album, because he was.
Sorry, can I just say something, guys? Because I haven't said anything yet. So give me a second. Thank you. All right. So I saw Eminem in 2003.
I saw Eminem.
It was the first hip hop show I'd ever been to. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, all of you guys, you know, you've had a big background in hip hop. I did love hip hop, but at the same time, the first shows I was going to was actually like rock music. So that was the first hip hop show I ever went to, and then I went to see him then,
which is a good crossover too.
Yeah. I went to see him then, and then I went to see him in 2014. So some 11 years later. Now, obviously, the artists that he had supporting him had changed significantly. When I saw him the first time, he had 50 Cent, he had Obi Trice, he had Summer D12, you know, like. And then the second time I saw him, he had Odd Future Wolfgang. Now, Odd Future Wolfgang, they'd already had.
Reading?
No, it wasn't. It was in Wembley. Okay. So that second time I saw him, the trajectory had sort of shifted. He'd already gotten all of his accolades and everything like that, yeah. And the fandom was the same. The way I interpreted the music had changed significantly. When I heard him back then, it was like, oh wow, because it was hot, and it was like, it was controversial, like you said. But then I listened to it when I was older, and I was like, wow, like I'm at a different place in my life. Yeah. And I'm sure other people paid for the nostalgia, but whilst they're paying for the nostalgia, they're realizing, oh, so if you're asked, the question is essentially like how would it perceive now, and how would it work if it was dropped now? it just wouldn't work now.
I'll tell you now to take it back to an even simpler level. If I put an Eminem album on now, I'm putting it on for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on for like the like to listen to the tunes, thinking like, oh, this is mad. I'm listening.
So,
I'm reliving my youth a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
We're hella grown, yeah.
Yeah.
My missus, little man, yeah, he's only 9. They brought out Eminem on Fortnite the other day. This dude went back, listened to the whole archive of Eminem. Just so you know how powerful this brother is now.
Do you mean through Fortnite he listened to it? Or
No,
because of Fortnite?
Because of Fortnite, he's now gone on YouTube and listened to the whole archive, yeah? The two of them he had a friend around the other day, and the friend must have been uttering N-words, you know? In which they was like, nah, Eminem says it. And I was like, nah, I doubt that highly, because M grew up in the age where he would get punched in his mouth for that. You know?
They showed you tracks where he did.
No.
No, but those tracks
But when I did Google it, there is one back in 1993 when he was a, you understand, can't be counted type shit, yeah? But it was the whole thought of this kid who is 9, who is playing Fortnite, who released Eminem, has now got a whole nation of kids digging in every one of them tracks again. You know, so where we might think it don't age well, I'm going to tell you, he ages very well. Because when they hit Godzilla and he's doing all of that hard thing that you can't do, because, listen, the way he writes is amazing, because not just the last lines rhyming, every line in between rhymes.
To just round off the Eminem topic, I absolutely agree. He's an innovator, and he will go down in history as that guy. And
because he's a pioneer.
He's a pioneer, and his music will forever be remembered. My point was that particular album was a bit mad. Do you know what I mean? Like, and,
of course.
And I think it's never going to be a detriment to him, because, but still, you still get these posts about certain things that Eminem said. You know, like how all these platforms like Lads Bible and all them, they're posting all these mad posts now. I've repeatedly seen certain posts about, Eminem said this back in 1999. Like, there's always going to be that, but I think it will never. I think he's got to a level where it will never catch up with him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think he can top it, because he innovated himself out of the game. Basically, it's like when I hear him now, if it doesn't move me like that Marshall Mathers album did, I stop listening.
It won't. It won't, because anyway, his motivations, even within, you can see within himself, he's like kind of cringes
down a bit
at his old self. And also, let me finish. There's like, in general, when we talk about hip hop, if we look at it on a broader level, most of the rap music that we listened to when we was in the 90s and in our youth, you listen to it now, you're like, I listen to Mobb Deep now, I'm like,
remember I said that last time? Remember I told you I'm an old man now and I listen to Wu-Tang, and I thought, what the hell am I listening to? Two Sabers, Night Shaders, Hungry Vapors. I don't even know how to par that shit.
No, but that's not even.
That's just my reflection. Listening back how you did with Eminem.
That's really ravioli bags.
What is that?
To me, it's really interesting because you're saying that, but then like the biggest current hip hop group like is Griselda, and they're a revivalist hip hop group.
And that is not for me. I am not a Griselda man. No, because to me, it's only because it sounds like that again. Ravioli, pasta gravy. I could say loads of great shit like that and string it together. Yeah,
an incredible MC.
Listen, I am starting to understand them. No, I'm starting to understand them, but I'm gonna say that is not me.
Rome Streets,
you know, I liked Rome Streets because I tapped into him. Very good. I did like that.
LS Energy uploaded.
Again, to me, it's a lot of.
But I implore you, listen to.
Are we just intimidated by them because they're dope, and they kind of do emulate what started UK hip hop, and like underneath most of UK hip hop is that kind of style, US hip hop. Like, if you're authentic anyway, you want it to sound as real and as close to that as possible. Not necessarily with the accent, but they talk about shit that happened in the streets, and it goes back to, how do we separate the music from the man? How do we separate the fuckery that these people do from the music? Can't really.
I would love to say that. But even Ghostface has come out saying he was just chatting shit certain time. He was like, put the onion with the this. That just sounds cool.
He told us
and
that.
we go back now thinking that was the hardest thing ever. But the man was just blatantly talking cack.
Now when I think about that Supreme Clientele album, it's more about how it made me feel. But even
it's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. But I implore you to listen to the tunes that you listened to in 97 to 99. Most of that shit, you can't listen to it around people, bro.
No, it depends what I'm listening to. Because if I'm listening to Mob Deep Getaway, I'm feeling that. I hear every word.
I'm talking about like whole catalogs in general.
No, but again, whole catalogs. That man, there was really talking stuff. Yeah, there's a part of it where there's talking stuff, and then there's a part of it where there's just.
I'll still play Hell Enough.
Listen, there's part of it.
I love it. Don't get it twisted.
Because
I love it, but I'm saying.
But there's part of it where you're talking stuff, and there's part of it where you're just rhyming.
The album is eerie.
Just making dope bars to rhyme. Yeah, that when I listen back to now as an adult, some of it's just like, what the hell are you actually saying?
Fair enough.
Like the thing is, the only reason why I slightly disagree with that is because there's so many artists now, like that are doing music that you would then again say the same thing. It's like, oh, like they're just barring or they're not making sense.
Most of them I don't listen to. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. If you don't listen to them, but they're modern artists, you know. So again, it's kind of like you've got to have a young ear for this kind of stuff because there's a lot of ignorant young music going on right now that like if you went to America, what's that guy I'm trying to remember his name, like is everyone's favorite artist over there basically.
All right. I think it's what you filter into, because like the way you say that when Gets come out with Mount Rushmore, that is a Mount Rushmore for that generation, because each one of you are saying something, you're barring to hell. But you are saying something, So even with my young ear, me still I hear people that say something. You understand? So when you're saying have a young ear for this, even the young know what time it is, bro. They're saying something.
No, I switched on, man.
All right.
What are you saying? It's that time, innit? It's that time. All right, hold on. Sunday, Chip Shop.
Yeah.
Man's rocking the Textures event. I want everyone to touch down. Also on Sunday, I'll be releasing the winner video. You get me? It's time for.
Okay, it's time for
that. Yeah. You want to see all of you lot skanking in the video? Yeah. The winner video is coming out officially Sunday, shot by Chiba Visuals, put out through EO Dub TV.
All right.
You know, and we are doing this thing official, and we have been New Guardz, innit? Take it to the bridge. So, we have been New Guardz. We've had Teach'em on the show. She absolutely came through, shelled it down, you get me? We have lit up the Mode Studio like we naturally do, and it is time for us to leave to the building, you get me? So, till the next time, you know what the slogan is? Guardz up!